LiberalViewer present.
So those who think that Fox News bias is limited to the Fox News commentary shows haven't watched stories from supposedly straight news anchors like Trace Gallagher, whose complicity in spreading McCain talking points I documented during the 2008 presidential race in my video titled Fox News Parrots McCain Spin on New York Times Editorial Rejection, and this week, again, I found Trace Gallagher giving a completely one-sided portrayal to new FCC draft regulations on net neutrality just announced, and again, even at this late date, Trace Gallagher was parroting McCain talking points, as you can see in this introductory clip.
Senator John McCain wants the government to keep its hands off the internet. Today, the Federal Communications Commission will vote on whether to regulate the internet. Decide things like what services you get, what content you get. So the Arizona Republican wrote an op-ed in the Washington Times calling the plan another big government power grab.
Now, as you saw, the Fox News report really emphasized the big government power grab part of that story, but nowhere in the story that you can see in full at tinyurl.com/foxforgotnet did Fox News ever mention the concept or even the words net neutrality, even though that Washington Times article by John McCain Fox News was supposedly covering was actually titled Net Neutrality Would Slow the Flow, and even though net neutrality is actually about protecting the internet freedom of the little guy from big corporations because, as you can see explained by the ACLU at aclu.org/freethenet, net neutrality, quote, prevents internet service providers such as cable and telephone companies from preferring certain content, applications, or services over others. Net neutrality means individual freedom, not corporate control on the internet, unquote. But that side never made it into the Fox News story, where Trace Gallagher instead cast the issue entirely differently in a one-sided interview with a spokesman from the conservative libertarian Cato Institute that Fox News never identified as either conservative or libertarian in this clip.
Jim Harper is the Director of Information Policy Studies at the Cato Institute. And Jim, if the FCC votes to regulate the internet, what's the message here? Are they saying that the internet just has too much content and that Americans can't really decide what content to absorb?
Well, there's nothing that this administration doesn't think it can't do better than the private sector, and apparently running the internet is one of them.
Notice the dig at the Obama administration at the end there, because it seems no political story on a supposedly straight news show on Fox is complete without some dig at Obama, usually uncontested as it was there, which makes this video the 93rd addition to my Fox News bias playlist. And to help expose this instance of bias on a so-called straight news program, I'm asking you, my viewers, to help me out again, not just by rating and favoriting this video, though that's always helpful, but also by sending this video to show.livedesk@foxnews.com, either by using the share or send video links below this video player if you're signed into a YouTube account, or if you have a Twitter account. I noticed this Fox News show has a Twitter account @LiveDesk that tweeted a question about this story, so you can use the Twitter link below this video player with your Twitter account to tweet this video to @LiveDesk, which leads me to ask, will you email this video to show.livedesk@foxnews.com or tweet this video to @LiveDesk? And whether or not you email or tweet, I also want to ask, is a news story on net neutrality that never mentions net neutrality really a news story at all? YouTube, you decide.